Hey guys, thank you so much for jumping into this video today. My name is Danny ColdBlood, aka MusicVidiot. And in this video, I'm going to be going over more clues I believe we can gather from cars here in Grand Theft Auto 5. Solving this mystery so far has not been easy. Us hunters have been searching for clues and connections throughout every area of the game, sometimes overcomplicating things or just passing by important clues themselves. We have been given clues that we just have not been paying attention to, like neon. Neon is very important, okay? We can put neon lights on our cars in the mod shop. Not only that, but the names of some of these neon lights are very, very suspicious, like black light. Okay, we had a blueprint map that, required a black light to view what was on that map. Okay, we have electric blue, we have pony pink. Okay, a lot of these different names are also relevant to different aspects of this mystery. But the main thing I want to focus on is the neon part. There's a lot to do with neon that we just haven't been really noticing, and I want to kind of bring this to your attention. There was an NPC wearing this shirt, kind of a weird evil devil face with 1898 on it. So I did my research and it led me right back to neon. Okay, now there's different stuff that you guys can read if you want to pause this video at this spot right here so you can kind of read through this. You can also do your own research and find out more. There's a lot to do with neon that kind of sparked my attention. But the one main thing that I want to kind of go off of today is that it's a colorless gas exhibiting an orange-red glow when placed in a high-voltage electric field. Now that is very, very interesting, guys. It's very suspicious, mysterious, all of the above, guys. Okay? It's a colorless gas exhibiting an orange-red glow when placed in a high-voltage electric field. Orange-red glow. That makes me think of Trevor. We'll get to him in a moment. But what else have we been given, guys, that might be a gas, that's been a clue? Something they gave us and kind of didn't take it away, but they changed it. The answer is blimps. When we pre-ordered the game, we were given the atomic blimp, and they kind of pulled a fast one on us. Rockstar now gives us the zero blimp instead of the atomic blimp. Now there's a slight change, but it's a change that we should have paid attention to and investigated, because we would have found that helium is a gas that's important, and helium would have led us to neon, which is very important, and we're going to get to that more and more as this video goes on. Now, helium and neon are both called noble gases, which are also known as rare gases. Now, all of this is so very, very interesting, guys. The fact that they don't burn, that they emit light because they're electrons, and I mean, all of this stuff is basically what the game has been telling us. We just haven't seen it this way because we haven't done the research. I'm telling you guys, all of this makes so much sense to me now. But to stay on target, to stay focused here, we were talking about the color, the red and orange color. Kind of reminded me of Trevor. Now we're talking about blimps, okay? It led us to blimps, which, I mean, who's the best pilot that we know of between the three? I would say Trevor. Okay, so let's focus on Trevor for a second here. I've shown you the direct connection between neon and Trevor. Now here's the Space Docker, which is full of neon lights, and Trevor. I'm going to show you how the Space Docker and Trevor are directly connected. That billboard water torture has an X on it, which is very suspicious because in a certain mission, when we were torturing somebody as Trevor, we were able to torture them with water torture. That's just a side note. We have Tequila La, which is the bar I recommend buying as Trevor, and it also says Legends of Rock. Now, I've shown you guys how Legends is a very, very, very key word in this mystery. Vanilla Unicorn, also in neon lights, but I want to show you guys with a little bit of observation how you can actually find clues and find the relevant and important clues. Now, just doing a quick survey of the Vanilla Unicorn, we can see something here that might need a little bit more observation, and that is right here. If we zoom in on this, we will notice that it is actually a location that we're all familiar with. It is the location of the Mount Gordo Lighthouse. Now, what is relevant at the Mount Gordo Lighthouse concerning Trevor? I'm sure most of you already know the answer to this, but I'm going to be very clear and thorough just in case there's a few of you out there that don't know. Basically, we have a girl, and her name is Ursula, and she lives in this house right here next to the Mount Gordo Lighthouse. Now, whenever we are dealing with Mount Gordo, we have to pay extra attention. If you guys watched my time travel video, you'll understand that Mount Gordo, or Gordo, is very important as it leads to Gordo the Boar, which leads to Red Dead Redemption. Kind of like the Tequila La Bar I showed you with the Legends of Rock, how legends is a very important word. If you guys have not watched my time travel video, you guys gotta have to go back and watch it, because there's a lot of stuff that you need to understand as we keep on progressing through each video, okay? But basically, Ursula is somebody that we can have as a booty call for Trevor, and every time Trevor bangs Ursula, it starts to rain and thunderstorm outside. I mean, without fail, every time we bang Ursula, it starts to rain and thunderstorm. And look at that X on her door. That's kind of suspicious. But guys, how can we connect this to what we were talking about? I see a direct connection, okay? Thunderstorms, okay? Thunderstorms. We're talking about Trevor and the Space Docker. Now, the Space Docker has a wheel with a big fat lightning bolt on it. Do you see how the connections are kind of going full circle? Once we start doing our research, we'll start to see things pretty much connect for themselves, and we'll have a better understanding. Now, if you look closely, you'll see an eagle on this part of the Space Docker. I have to give a shout out to bassist on Ed 7 for actually showing me this. I never noticed that little eagle there. Now, when we load sometimes into the game, we'll have this screen. Do you see the box? Do you see the same exact eagle that was on the Space Docker on that box? What else do you guys notice? Because I noticed Trevor, okay, right there. But not only that, I noticed the Yellow Jack Inn in the background, which, I might add, is in neon lights. Now, we have touched on the Yellow Jack Inn before. We have a lot of stuff, including Gordo the Boar's head inside of it, but we have a lot of different Red Dead Redemption connections and Rockstar's past. I mean, there's a lot to do with the Yellow Jack Inn that I have touched on before, and I kind of just want to brush past this quickly, but I want to show you how these connections aren't bullshit. It might just look like a quick loading screen to you, but guys, there's more. Their clues can be very obscure, and I just want to bring this to your attention. I want to shine a light on some of the stuff that we might have been missing or passing by. Here we have the same eagle on this building, because this eagle is actually the logo for United States Post. The Space Docker is not our only eagle-to-vehicle connection. If you guys play online, then you're probably familiar with this location. When Simeon asks for a vehicle, this is the same location that you bring the vehicle to. Things are starting to make sense, are they not? I want to point out one more thing, guys. Online and offline, we can find these trucks all over this area. And this truck is something we should pay attention to because it is named after a mythical being. This truck is called the Phantom, and we will be touching on this truck in a couple minutes. I kind of look at this whole entire area here as like a hot spot for clues. There's so many clues and connections that are directly linked to what we are talking about. It's almost ridiculous. Right here we have alpha male. Now this is very important, and it ties directly to Trevor and vehicles. While playing the mission Pac-Man, Franklin and Lamar had to bring this vehicle to Trevor. Its license plate says Alpha Dog, Alpha Male. Now, Trevor, when he gets this vehicle from them, he says the final piece to the puzzle. When you see phrases like that, okay, Rockstar doesn't throw them kind of phrases out so easily, there's reasons, guys. There's importance to those. Speaking of importance, we have the post-op building right here. Now, post-op is very, very important, and I'm going to tell you why. It was a vehicle, the post-op truck was a vehicle we can use in the heists, but not only that, we can now purchase it, okay? The description has rain or shine, which we showed that Trevor has pretty much the power over. He can make it rain or shine, but to go into a little bit more detail, first of all, it's made by the company Brute, which Wispy Woods made a video not too long ago explaining why Brute is very important, and you guys should definitely go and check that out because it will really enlighten you and help you understand everything that we're talking about today. But not only that, Trevor has a direct connection to this. If you look at that yellow piece of paper, it says M-A-U-D-E, Mod. Do you guys remember who Mod is? Okay, while playing as Trevor, you could do that Strangers and Freaks and meet Mod, and you had to do those different missions for her where you had to take people and either kill them or bring them back to her. Makes you wonder if some of those missions for her were actually more important, and maybe those decisions were a little bit more important than we knew. You never know. But pay attention to that number 38. Look at that number 38. We're gonna kind of pay attention to that and go into a little bit more details considering the number 38. I have very good information for you guys on the screen, so I really do hope that you guys are interested enough in what I'm talking about and believe in what I'm talking about to pause this video to actually read what I posted on the screen. A lot of it might actually blow your mind because you'll see the direct connections. Okay, moving on. We are going to look at the Phantom. I told you guys we would come back to it, and here we are. Now, the Phantom is something that we are supposed to be looking at. Not because it has that cool little X on it right there, but because it has clues that we need to investigate. And Rockstar named it a mythical being because that was our clue. That's how we knew to look into it a little bit deeper. Not only does it share the same as the post-op truck, it has the 38 in there, but it actually has something more. It has a number 9. Do you guys see that number 9 right there? Herbalist 40 is actually the first person I've ever seen that brought up this number 9, and it is actually really relevant, guys. It's important, and in a minute I'm going to show you guys another little page with information on the number 9, and I hope you guys all pay attention to it. It's right here in the mission, the third way, and I thought it was very, very suspicious that this right here, this big chunk of metal, has electricity flowing through it, and you can actually get hurt by it. And as you see, I'll keep on touching it and I'll actually kill myself. I thought that was kind of weird, but basically, guys, the third way, okay, that's the option where we keep all 3 people alive, and we have a number 9, okay, right in our faces. So that is something to definitely pay attention to. Now, if you're looking at this Phantom, look behind it, you see the number 3, okay? This is, I guess you can call it grabbing at straws, but I thought it was kind of cool how there's a number 3 and a number 8 on the back side of the building, showing the number 38 yet again. Okay, guys, as we wrap up this video, I just want to show you guys this page, and I want to focus on a couple things within this page. Alright, towards the bottom it says the sun spends 44, which 44 plus 44 is what? 88. But the sun spends 44 days in the constellation Virgo, but only 8 days in Scorpius, making true solar Scorpius a rare breed. Now, we've been talking about vehicles and rare vehicles and how Rockstar focuses on rare vehicles within finding certain clues, and basically everything that I've been talking about and picking up on and showing you guys can be found on this page to a certain extent or degree. Okay, if you look up, we see that Taurus is the number 38 for 38 days, Taurus, okay? And we have Scorpius, which is number 8, which we just found out would be a rare breed. Trevor is a rare breed, but not only that, okay, we were just talking about Taurus and Scorpio. Okay, he has a scorpion on his hand and he has bulls, like bull's horns on his truck. Okay, Taurus, Scorpio, bull horns, scorpion. I mean, the connections are there, the clues are there. You just have to do the research, you have to observe, you have to pay attention. You can't just let things pass you by and wonder, why did that happen? You have to look into it, guys. And when you do, you'll notice that they were very obscured clues. I'm telling you that I'm starting to understand how Rockstar does what they do, and they're very clever. And if you guys haven't noticed, throughout this whole entire video, I've kind of been hinting and referring to astrology. Astrology's been pretty much overlaying this whole video. And the reason being is that astrology is basically a very important part of this mystery. If you haven't noticed that yet, then you have a lot of work to do. We will be getting more into the subject of astrology and more cars and mystery vehicles and rare vehicles, all that kind of shit in the future. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it taught you something. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys in the next video or broadcast. Have a good one. I love you all. Take it easy. And until next time, ta-ta, and as always, peace, motherfuckers.